I've been at this for nearly 15 years, trying to find a solution to be able to synchronize my digital planner and all my handwritten notes across various platforms like Windows, Apple, and Android devices. No matter if it is my desktop computer, my laptop, my tablet, or my phone, my goal has always been to be able to have my notes with me wherever I go, to be able to make plans in my planner so I can maximize my goals and make sure the things that I'm doing each day align with the priorities that I have for myself. Haven't met me yet? I'm Brandon Bondifer, the founder and creator of the Key to Success Planner. And today, guys, I'm going to talk about an application that I discovered that allows you to do that. It allows you to synchronize across your Windows, Apple, and Android devices, and it has consistency in the features that's present in each one of those. If you've been on this channel before, you've heard me talk about OneNote. Yes, that app does do that. It's a universal application and allows me to synchronize my notes. However, if you're an Android user, the features in the GUI system just isn't the same, and from time to time, there's some hiccups on mobile devices. Well, today, guys and gals, I'm going to show you an app called Nebo that does what we have wanted. It's got some great features. It's been out for a few years, but with the latest updates, it really provides you a solution, and you are going to be able to write your notes on your Apple device, sync them over to an Android tablet, and even see them on your Windows desktop. And that is really exciting, and the fact that it works is absolutely amazing. Today in this video, I'm going to show you a handful of tools that are really going to allow you to use this application to its fullest. I'm going to show you how it can synchronize across various devices no matter what platform they're running, and I'm going to show you how to set up that synchronization. I'm also going to show you some cool tips on how you can maximize your productivity and search for those notes on whatever device you're using. So stay with me. So if you're sitting here in studio with me, you're going to see a plethora of devices out on my desktop here. Everything from an Apple laptop to an iPad to a Samsung Fold to a Windows Surface, even an S9 Samsung tablet. And all of these are synchronizing the same application, the same planner. Now, I'm going to go through and show you illustrations on the Samsung S9 tablet and show you how that works from an Android platform. Throughout the video, I'll plug in some screenshots of using it on other devices so you got a real feel. But the tools and the experience is the same across every single platform. And that's what makes this product, this application, very unique. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the basics. First and foremost, yes, it does have the ability for you to have type input. This is one commonly asked question, is can I go ahead and type in my planner? And with this device, you absolutely can. You can just tap on the screen here and then tap here. Matter of fact, I have a keyboard attached to this device, so I can pull this in this section here. And when I tap on the keyboard, it brings up that typing, and I can go ahead and type a note. Now, with my keyboard open, you don't see that, but if I open it back down and I type here, you can see my keyboard shows up, and you can see the type of note right there. I can go ahead and add more to it if I choose to. But it's not just about typing. Digital planning and digital note-taking is about handwriting, and that's where it gets exciting, because up here we have the ability for us to go ahead and type in the application. Now, one thing that I find that's very unique with this application, it gives you ability to kind of test out not only the pen tools or the tools that you're using, but see how the thickness looks on screen. So I could choose a fountain pen here, and I could choose this thickness here, and I can go ahead and write the word test. And I can see how that looks. I can try the fountain, and I can do test here. And I can also try the felt tip and do test here. And maybe I want to do the felt tip, but I want it to be a little thinner, so I can do test. And to me, that feels and looks kind of like a handwritten note. So I'm going to choose that one, and I'm going to go ahead and select off screen. Now at this point, I can go ahead and write a note. What's also really cool about this application across all of these different devices is I have the ability to pinch and zoom. So maybe I want to go ahead and make it a little larger and then go ahead and write a note. Now for the rest of this video, I'm going to go ahead and remove this cover just so that I have the tablet on a flat surface, and that's going to make the writing experience that much easier. So we talked about the pen tool, and you have all those options there. Next tool I want to show you is the highlighting tool, and you can see here we have Freeland and we have Smart. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do the freeland. That's what the thickness is gonna look like. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna highlight this here. And I can go ahead and highlight it. I can go ahead and even erase that by holding the button underneath the stylus. So I can go ahead and highlight. But the Smart tool is really unique. I can go ahead and hit the Smart tool and watch what happens. I'm gonna go over top this text and it formed to the text. And you can see that even here, how it took my kind of squiggly highlight and made it straight around that text. Now the eraser tool is also really unique. We have a stroke eraser and then a precise eraser. And if you ever watched me in other videos, I show the difference. The precise eraser will go ahead and it'll just give a little bit of a nudge in the areas that we're erasing. So you can kind of see how that erases there. Versus the stroke eraser, that's going to erase the entire stroke. So if you wrote a word out and you never lifted your pen, it's going to erase the entire word. Or in the case where you did a highlight, you can see as soon as I touch that highlight, it erases the entire highlight stroke. And that can be very convenient when you're highlighting. But one thing I thought that was really unique is in this application, I can actually erase my text. In most applications, you have to go ahead and erase the highlight or in the scribbles that you made and then go into the keyboard to erase the text. So this is a really cool feature. I think that's one that's going to be sought after. And I'm going to go ahead and erase all that for you. Now, when it gets into planning, one thing that commonly comes up when you're using a digital planner is, am I able to copy and paste different segments? Am I able to move my to-dos from one day to the next? But what happens if the time of appointment changed? Do I have to go ahead and erase all of this and then go ahead and write it all back out? Well, that's what's really cool with the Lasso tool is I can simply go and use the Lasso tool and I can select this and now I can go ahead and I can move it. But there's also some other features. I'm gonna go ahead and select the Lasso tool again, and you're gonna see we have the ability to cut and copy, and we also have the ability to convert. Well, first off, if I hit the cut button, it'll remove it from this page. And I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm going to tap on the 7th here with my finger, and that is going to move me to the next day in a calendar because PDF annotation apps allow you to use hyperlinks to use a navigational structure, and with using digital planners, that hyperlink structure really allows you to navigate throughout the entire system. Well, here I'm going to go ahead with the Lasso tool, tap and hit paste. It's going to pull that note in here. I'm going to move it to its new time. But let's say I wrote a note. I'm just going to write a note. And I'm actually going to go ahead and erase that and make that a little larger for you. Zoom in and write a note. Now, if I use the Lasso tool, again, I could do all those same features, but I can also hit the convert button. And guess what the convert button does? It changes that handwritten note into text. So if you're on a meeting page or a project page and you're taking notes throughout the day or throughout a session that you're involved in and then you want to be able to convert that to text, it can do that within the application across all the different devices that you're using. You literally could take a note on your phone and convert the text on your tablet or desktop. That is powerful and that is very, very unique to this application. Now, I didn't show you this, but before when we were in the pen tool or the highlight tool, you can see across, we have all these different colors. So of course, when we're writing, we can be in black. But let's just say we wanted to write in a different color. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of move this over here, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit pink. And now if I go and change my size of my pen tip, you can see that that ink is now pink. Hey, do you see that ink pink? The other thing I want to show you is when I write a line, if I hold that line, you can see right there, it shows me a preview, but it made a straight line. This is awesome, and here's why it's awesome. A lot of times when I'm doing planning, so I'm gonna go ahead and put down meeting. Before I do that, I'm gonna change my pen tool, just make it a little smaller, and I'm gonna use the black. I'm just gonna put meeting. And a lot of times I want to go ahead and designate how long that meeting is by drawing a line. Well, when I go ahead and draw a line, sometimes my handwriting is not very straight. But here with this particular application, if I click and hold, it makes a perfectly straight line. This is also really powerful if I want to underline something in a particular note, and I can do that. Now, when it comes to using this application, you can make your own pages, and you can do that by going into the section of the notebook here, and you can create your own notebooks, your own sections, as well as you can import a notebook. So if you want to look at digital planning and different planners available, you can download a planner from our website, you can download a planner from other sources, but you can import that PDF file right into here. And when I say PDF file, yes, I mean all PDF files. So maybe you have a document that someone sent you in a PDF file and you need to make some changes to it. You go ahead and you could import that into the application, make the notes on the tablet, jump on your desktop, and then you could pull that edited PDF down and forward in an email those annotations that you made. That is a really powerful way, again, to utilize this application. So let's talk about some of those benefits that I mentioned in the video. One of those is that cross-platform sync. And I'm gonna go ahead and click in the main menu here and click on the settings button. Now you're gonna have to set this up on each individual device, but once you're in here, it says cloud sync. Well, if it be from your desktop application, if it be from your tablet or from your phone, you need to go ahead and create this particular connection. And you can use Dropbox, you can use Google Drive. I chose to use Google Drive because that is what I use for most of my cloud space, and it works again across each of those applications. You will need a full version of this application, and you will need to purchase it for each platform. So if you purchase it on the App Store for Apple, yes, you will be able to open up that app on your iPad, your phone, and your laptop or desktop for one cost. But if you wanted to go ahead and put it on your Android devices, you're going to need to purchase the app from the Google Play Store. And then again, with that one purchase, you can open up on your Android devices, if it be your phone, your tablet, or even an Android-based computer. If you are using a Windows, story goes on, you need to go into the Microsoft Store, purchase the application, and once you purchase the application, you'll be able to use it across all of your Windows devices. So if you want to be able to synchronize your planner or your digital notes across all 3 different systems, you will have to purchase the app 3 times. But I do not see a limitation to the number of devices that it can be installed on, as long as each of the respective devices have the same account associated with them. For example, Apple Store, Apple ID, and so forth. Now, I will tell you that can be expensive, anywhere from $9 to $35 to get yourself set up. But now if you want to look at an application like OneNote, it is free and you can use it across all those same devices. Just there's some features, especially on the Android platform, that are not available, and you can't do the convert to text on Apple or Android either. You can only do that from a Windows desktop. So again, there is some setbacks, but there's also some pros. The last thing I want to mention is you do only want to be utilizing the planner or your notes on one individual device at a time. So go ahead, take your notes on this device, allow them to synchronize, and then go ahead and open up another device and synchronize that and pull those notes down. If you have multiple devices open at the same time, that will create some type of conflict, or it'll actually duplicate what you're doing across additional notes. So my best experience is utilize the app, utilize one device, move to the next device, utilize the app. So far in this video, we showed this app primary on an Android device. Here is the look at what it'll look like on an Apple iPad. And one thing I want to point out is you're going to find in this corner this AI tool. This AI tool allows you to summarize, explain, or even create a chat process, or even if you're using like the notes that you're taking as part of like flashcards, you can create a quiz with your notes. So I personally haven't had a chance to really dive in and use the AI tools in depth, but looking at them so far and utilizing the little bit that I did, I can really see some of the advantages, especially if you're in a meeting and you're taking handwritten notes, and then you can take those handwritten notes, convert them to text, and then you can use this AI tool to summarize them, and then from there you could shoot them off to the colleagues that were in the meeting. That is really powerful, and I think as AI moves forward, it's going to help us be more productive. So putting this AI feature in this stage of this application now is going to allow not only you to get equipped with it, but it's also going to allow them to learn more how people are using it. With that being said, the next thing I want to show you that's really unique is a lot of times when you're in these PDF annotation apps, you have to switch between writing mode and reading mode, writing mode and reading mode, writing mode and reading note mode. And it's just as annoying as it is for me to say that, over and over and over and over and over and over and over, it's that annoying to actually do it because you have to switch back and forth. A lot of times, thankfully, I'm in a position where I'm taking notes on a page for a particular period of time, so I'm not bouncing around. But with this application, I can be in a writing state and still be able to navigate. And I can do that. I'm just going to go ahead and write here. And then if I want to go ahead and jump to the next day, I simply can take my finger and tap there, and it takes me to that page. And I never had to exit one mode and enter another mode and vice versa. So that is one big step forward in these PDF annotation apps. So let's just talk about digital planning and what does it mean. As the founder and creator of the Key to Success Planner, we've been doing digital planning for a number of years. We have planners that are built for personal, professional, business, and executives that really help you get the most out of your day, create productivity, build out habits, and help you execute the vision that you have for you and your organization through daily planning. And with digital planning, we know that if we write something, we're more likely to do it and we're committed to that plan. Well, with these applications, we can go ahead and import a planner, and these planners have tons of opportunities. I can go ahead and tab over and see the year at a view. From the year at a view, I can jump to pretty much any date in the year. So if I want to go ahead and jump to May 1st, I can do that by just tapping on May 1st. And from there, I can go ahead and take notes. In addition to all the daily tools that you can utilize in our system, we also have tools to help you be a better professional. Everything from a business operating system to vision boards, to annual keys, the ability to help you plan out your month and execute each and every quarter. We find that if you can focus on 3 daily key activities, you are going to achieve huge results in what it is that you're trying to accomplish and put yourself on a trajectory that's going to help you meet those long-term targets you have for yourself. The last 2 features I want to show you is one, the power of search. If I go ahead and type on search, in the search bar, I'm going to write the word coffee. Now, when I hit search here, it's going to highlight the word coffee. And on this page where there's nothing, if I go ahead and type in the word write and hit search, if I tap on this button, it actually moves me to the page and highlights where that word is written. This will search handwritten notes as well as type notes. And for me, this is huge because sometimes when I'm writing out dialogues or if I'm in a meeting, I write down keywords. And I can put in the keyword here, or even if I want to search back, how many times did I meet with Tom over the last 6 months? If I search the word Tom or his last name, I can go ahead and toggle through all the different times that that handwritten or text note showed up in the planner. That to me is really powerful. The next thing that comes up is what happens if I need more writing space? And if I go into the plus button here, I can add in images, I can take a picture, as well as add in a blank page. But let's talk about those objects and pictures for a minute. If I go ahead and hit an image, I can pull up an image, say for example, this image right here, and I can pull this into my system. I'm gonna move over here, and maybe I wanna make a note about this. This is something I saw, and I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna highlight that right there. I can go ahead and pull in different objects onto my planner, add them to my notes. I can do that in projects. Really powerful if you're doing something in a project, you want to take your camera out and take a picture, you can insert that picture and draw measurements on it or even make annotations of what it is that's relevant to that picture. But let's go ahead and let's add a blank page. By adding a blank page, it simply puts an entirely blank canvas on my page. If you're using our tiles, you can now go ahead and insert those images onto the page and build out your own custom pages. This allows you to have your own project pages, your own note-taking pages. You can pull in items like our Cornell notes theories if you want to do that, and you can build our pages right on here by adding that blank page and utilizing the Key to Success tiles. So we just unpacked a lot. We talked about how you can set up this application to synchronize across all your devices. We talked about how you can utilize the different tools, and we even gave some tips on how you can be more productive. If you learned just one thing in this video, do me a favor, hit the like button. If you want to learn more, subscribe to our channel. If you guys want to learn about our planning system, go ahead, check out our website, and Lord willing, guys, I'll see you in the next video.